is up, my dudes? Commander Rico here with another video. And this weekend, I think that I had some cool ideas because I'm going to be away. I think that I want to do a bit of a commentary type series. So I'm going to do a 3-part series, and this is going to be the first episode. And we're going to be posing questions in each of these. And this one, as you read in the title and thumbnail, is Star Wars dead? Is it a dead franchise? We'll be answering that in this bit of off-the-script episode of Rico's... I didn't name it yet. No, we're going to have Rico's Thoughts. We're just calling that for now. So he posed the question, is Star Wars dead? I feel like we go over the sort of medium Star Wars, and Star Wars in TV and movies, it's in merchandising, the fan base on the internet, the just overall well-knownness of it, like that sort of stuff. So I think we're going to put it down in 3 categories, which is the movies and TV, merchandise, and fans. I'll be covering it in that order. So I figure I'll start with the movies and TV. So as we've been seeing, we've had, since the new Star Wars films came out, we've seen, well, first of the prequels, I'll actually go over those. So we had episode 1, 2, and 3. And when they came out, they were extremely unpopular. Now people have started to grow on them and really enjoy them. I personally like Revenge of the Sith. I still think the other ones are kind of meh. They're okay. But, yeah, they were not popular. So that was the first thing, like, oh, Star Wars is horrible. But people were still watching them. But I'm here more to talk about the newer ones. We've had The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, Rogue One, and Solo. And we've also had the TV shows Resistance and Rebels. So Force Awakens did very well. It was a great comeback. I loved the movie when it came out. The more I thought about it, it was kind of like, it wasn't that great. I didn't personally love the movie. I thought even The Last Jedi was better, which I know stretching it a bit. But, yeah. So it came out back. It was the #1 box office movie ever for a few years. That was when the Avengers weren't as popular. And I'll get to that in a second. Then we had Rebels come out. I personally always liked Rebels. First season was meh, but after that it was good. I always liked season 2, season 3, season 4. All great. I loved Rebels minus season 1. Season 1 was kind of meh. The season finale was okay, but yeah. And then we saw Rogue One come out, which again didn't do as well as Force Awakens, but all the fans loved it. It was at the point where they were like, Rogue One was, or they were like, Force Awakens wasn't that good. Like the hype train was over. Like people wouldn't be praising it no matter what it was. But people genuinely enjoyed Rogue One. That Vader scene, oh my god. But yeah. And then we had another year. Then The Last Jedi came out. This sparked a lot of controversy, and it came at a great toll to the franchise. Is whether you like the story or not, obviously a lot of people probably did like the story that are like, don't talk about it or talk about how mean some people can get. But some people went a little crazy when it came to hating it. And they tended to be the silent majority. I'm not going to say, everyone hates it, because that's not true. I like to take, if any of you know Hello Greedo, I like to take his approach. He's very moderate when it comes to stuff like this. But I genuinely think that, because it did well in box office, it was like the number, like, top 10 or 12, like, 12th movie ever, somewhere up there. But it did really well in box office as well. Obviously, it wouldn't do well as a Kickstarter to reuniting Star Wars or redoing Star Wars. But yeah, it did okay. And also, everyone loved the Clone Wars, but I'm not going to get to that. And, yeah. So everyone genuinely liked that whole shtick. Then, yeah, but nobody liked The Last Jedi. So that took a major toll. And I'll also cover that in my next topic. And then, we've been getting news of, like, Mandalorian, that new Cassian show, and the Clone Wars bringing back. When I first found out the Clone Wars was coming back, I'm like, that's it. Franchise is saved. Because what I'm hoping is that Clone Wars Disney will see that so many people watch it. That's why all of you need to buy Disney Plus and watch their crap. Because they'll see that, oh crap, 20 million people or whatever watched it. That means, come on guys, that's money. We need to make more. Because, Disney's got money. And I genuinely think, what they're trying to do is, semi-sincere. They have to please their investors, which I get. But, yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. Money-wise, I don't think they're dying. I think they're losing a bit of the fan base when it comes to the movies. Not that they're not going to go see the movies, it's just nobody's loving them anymore. It's like, yeah, take it or leave it. Now everyone's obsessing over the prequels, which I don't know why they haven't cashed in on that yet. That's, a stupid move on their part. Because, people, for instance, this is just, a stupid instance. This is, toy-wise, which I'll get to in a second. But there's the 501st Battle Pack cry. Everyone wants it. And there is not one person that has said, yeah, don't do that. That's stupid. I'd rather have an officer battle pack. Or a all-named character battle pack. Yeah, they need to, listen to the fans a bit more, I feel like. Because what the fans want tends to be good for the most part, aside from, those weird art drawings and, you know what I'm talking about. But what the fans want tend to be good, like Clone Wars. And if that's the way the fans want, that's where their money is, and sure, go for that. But yeah, overall, in the movies and TV department, I think they're losing their fan base, but they're not really dying. But I'll get into, the second category of this, which is another big part of Star Wars. As the famous, Yogurt quoted, merchandising. The famous movie, Spaceballs, Mel Brooks, love it. Star Wars merchandising. There are two categories I feel like there are to this. There's the action figures and all the lightsabers and stuff. And then there's the, Legos. I think that they're succeeding in one department. And you guys know what that is. Legos. The Lego medium has been a very good medium for Star Wars. It's probably where most of the profits come from when it comes to Lego, or not Legos, Star Wars toys. But yeah, as of recent, I've noticed you always see these, videos trashing, the new toys are horrible, which I'm not saying they're great. I have these, old 1990, early 2000 Muppet toys, and they're, so detailed and everything, and I think they're, they're really high quality for, $14. And now to get a half-decent looking figure, you have to spend $90, which is ridiculous. And all the Hasbro figures, they're just kind of, meh, they're, not great. And all the crap they make, Rose Tico's, they don't make it, more stormtroopers, and you'll, go into your local store, and you'll see, all the General Hux, Rose Tico, and her sister on the shelf for, $2, and they're racked up, and nobody's taking any, because nobody wants that. Not that, I don't like Rose or anything. I didn't like Rose, but no stress towards her actor again. I'm not one of those toxic people that does that. That's outright disgusting. What people did to that poor woman, Kelly Marie Tran. But yeah. So I think in the toy department, there's definitely succeeding in Lego. Lego is a great medium. But in other mediums, not so much. They need to either up their game, and also it's affecting, with Toys R Us going bankrupt, they didn't have as much, of a boost. And also, I forgot to mention, I'll go back to the movie segment, which I'll go to the fans, I'll get to that. Sorry about that. So I decided instead of doing a fan category, we're going to be doing Star Wars compared to other franchises. Specifically the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which I have come to enjoy with the recent edition of Far From Home. And this is what I'm talking about. I never talked about Solo's flop in the movie section. So all the movies did pretty good. They all did good, half decent at box office. And then Infinity War came out. And it was very it changed how people will perceive movies in a general light. because of the way it was set up and how gloriously Marvel portrayed it. But when it came to Star Wars, they were stupid when it came to Solo. They're like, we gotta keep pumping out movie. And even the CEO, Bob Iger, said, yeah, we were getting a little too antsy. So because they want to release so much stuff. Because having a Star Wars movie 6 months after a Star Wars movie is like, I can't think of an example. But it's like, imagine eating 100 chocolate bars. And then they bring out the really high quality cake or something. And they bring out like this other thing, like cannolis. They bring out the cannolis. And you're like, no, I can't eat my cannoli because I had 100 chocolate bars. I don't know what I'm saying. You're probably going to get diabetes if that's the case. But yeah. So it's like, and on top of that, they had Infinity War out. They had Deadpool out. They had Jurassic Park out. They had all these same genre movies. And when people have a choice between Jurassic Park and all those things, and I noticed, like, with some of my friends, they're like, yeah, it doesn't look that interesting. And they didn't go see it in theaters. And like, a lot of people didn't go see it in theaters because they thought, oh, it looks kind of boring. I know what happened to him in the end. And it felt like a cash grab. The Solo felt like, I mean, aside from that mall scene, it was just, like, okay. It wasn't, oh, my God. It wasn't, oh, that was horrible. It was just there. I mean, I personally don't feel like it added that much. Like, I feel like we knew everything that happened. Minus, like, the addition of, like, Rio and, like, all the Beckett's crew. But, yeah, I don't think it added that much. And therefore, it flopped because everyone thought it looked boring. And that's, like, I have a good friend, Lego Boba Fett. Ace of Wicks, he just came back on Instagram. He, didn't go see it. And he's a pretty avid Star Wars fan. Not avid, but he's a pretty good Star Wars fan. And that general audience, like, yeah, I'll go see it on the Saturday or the Sunday of. They didn't go see it. So that's why I feel that Solo flopped. And with the recent release of Endgame, I have a prediction. Episode 9 is either going to be a really, really big, like, better than Endgame. It's going to do better than that. Or it's going to just flop. I don't think it's going to do bigger than Endgame. I take it back. It'll be bigger than Force Awakens. Or it's going to completely flop. Nobody will watch it. And then I think, and they just, like, recently, I just saw on my Instagram feed, they're already approved Mandalorian for a season 2. And I'm hoping we don't hate it. And by the way, I think that's going to be really cool, that Mandalorian thing. But yeah, I don't know. I personally think that it's not lost. The internet's still there. Like, the Clone Wars fan base is ginormous. If they made a Clone Wars trailer, they would go nuts. Like, you saw the reaction when the Clone Wars saved trailer. I mean, people, I thought Star Wars was saved at that point. Obviously, they probably released it a bit too early because like, you know, people are going to forget. And they're probably going to, I hope they release another trailer before it comes out because if that's, I have a feeling that's our only hope. If that doesn't do well, then I don't know what will.